Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and the pre-orders have come and gone. And we're going to talk about it and some other Nintendo news. Let's hit the intro. What is happening? How's everybody doing? How many of you guys were able to get your Switch 2 last night? Let me know in the chat. I want to know. I know people are just rolling in. We just fired this thing up. I see Sunshine is here. I saw Cryptic was here. The moment I set up the stream, he was in the chat. So welcome on in, you guys. So good to see you. Joey got one. Walmart came in clutch. Sunshine got one. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys how I got it. I was on Target's app. I was trying. I was on Walmart's app. I couldn't get Walmart to work. Target wasn't working for me. Jasmine was on Target, and she does not have the patience for this kind of stuff. Although she's currently, as I'm doing this show, trying to get Labubu's, if you guys know what that is, on TikTok. But there's 38,000 people in the live stream on TikTok. So I just got a text that I know she's a little annoyed because there's a new drop of these things. They're like little keychains that go in your purse or something. So she's getting impatient with the app, and ends up like kind of like just pushing the buttons on her. There's no buttons, but like hitting the screen really hard. It goes through. It goes through, and she used her red card or whatever. So we got the bundle for $480, like after tax. So like a steal, honestly, an absolute steal. So really stoked for that. And that is, you get 5% off everything when you use that red card. And it's not like a credit card. You just tie it to your bank account. So if you want to get everything with a little bit of a discount, and then because we spent over like $120 or something like that, it gave another coupon of like $20 off. So yeah, it's Target's reward program. You link it to your debit card essentially, or your bank account. It works as the debit card, but you get 5% off everything you purchase with it. So just something to keep in mind if you want to get to a little bit of a discount. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep, and then Johnny Bo messaged the Discord that we have, and he's like, Target's canceling orders. You should check yours, Josh. I was already knocked out. It was after 1 a.m. And so I wake up this morning, see that message, and I'm waiting for Jasmine to wake up, because I'm like, she's got the emails. And so while I was at the gym, I'm like, hey, do we still have the pre-orders? And we did. So still there, thankfully. I did go and check my GameStop, and when I could have gotten line around 10 o'clock, there was only like 5 people there. I went into the grocery store, came back out, there was like up to 7. But since ours was secured, I didn't worry about it. The GameStop here, though, did sell out of all 33 that they had. So it was crazy. It was crazy. So let's see. I'm gonna go through some of these chats here. Here we go. Joey says, oh, Josh, I have a hunch that K. Rool is in Donkey Kong Bonanza. There's a map that the Treehouse found. It has a northern chromosphere. You get the true gamer tokens if you can tell me what game that's from. Northern chromosphere. So I've 99% of Donkey Kong Country, and I've completed Donkey Kong 64. So I'll guess 64. Let's see if I'm right or not. We'll have to wait and see. Cryptic says Target was in my cart, but I kept getting errors on checkout. Yeah, that was me too. Stood in line for 40 plus minutes for Walmart and secured it there. Best Buy went live late and stood in line there, but got another one. Oh, nice, very cool. Probably the majority of us that went to Target first. The moment they launched, they immediately went out of stock. I was in shock. Like immediate, like within the first second, they had completely gone out of stock. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. So, let's see here. Oh, Sunshine says, that's why I was so angry at Target. Didn't get my discount. Uh-oh. Target was a mess. Yes. Let's see. Crimson Blade Dragon says, I got through Walmart with the bundle. Then I heard around 11, no queue for basic. So had the wife sign into Walmart and she got a pre-order confirmed just after 11. So we both got one. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Joey says, oh, but I almost pre-ordered the Switch 2 with Donkey Kong Bonanza in my cart. That'd been a shame if it didn't ship till Bonanza came out. That would have been bad for sure. For sure. Flamehawk says, yep, I secured the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Cryptic says, seems like GameStop had plenty and anyone who waited in line pretty much got one. Seems to be the case as long as you didn't get there too late, because I called a little later in the afternoon and they were like, yeah, we're out. So Joey says it was Donkey Kong Country 3 is based in the Northern Hemisphere. I love it. With Dixie and Kitty Kong and the Bonanza Birds. You never played the third. Nah. So what happened with me in Donkey Kong Country? I got the game to 99%. And my little brother at the time, who was like maybe 3 or 4, just guessing, deleted my save file. And it was hard for me to go back. It was hard for me to go back to Donkey Kong after that. So yeah, little fun fact. So let's see. Joey says, I'm going to require you to play the trilogy before Bonanza comes out. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I see Christian is here. Welcome on in. Hello. Let's see. Cryptic says, for now, for how limited Nintendo said the bundle would be, that seemed to be the most in stock. It did. Yes. Yeah, it really did. I think this bundle is coming back every holiday. If they do like they've done in the past, it's going to be back every holiday. Like, I think I was thinking about this today. They're going to want to repeat as much of what happened on Switch 1 with Switch 2. Right? There's no question about that. As much of it as that they can, that they can emulate, they're going to. So Mario Kart having the attach rate that it does, they're gonna continue to bundle it. It's the Wii Sports effect, right? Like being the pack-in. So I think we continue to see, and I also, everything inside of me believes that Mario Kart is going to be a platform that they continue to support and have additions. And it's also going to be, I have a feeling there's going to be a few things linked to Nintendo Switch Online that are really going to make people want to sign up for NSO as well. I think we're in for a ride with Mario Kart World. So Joey says, serious note, how worried should I be that the pre-order cancels? It'll be 24 hours by midnight tonight. Am I golden or should I be concerned? I would say at this point, you're probably fine. I would assume that all their systems have figured everything out. And you should be golden. Now, for our boy Hate Zero, our hero, says, I snagged one through Walmart, but I'm not sure what happened to the angry people saying to boycott. Sure doesn't seem like anyone boycotted. No, but Hate also got an email saying it's going to be late. So I know he's not too happy about that. Um, not too happy about that. But yeah, I would say, especially to Joey's question, like I I would assume at this point they've got their systems figured out, so you should be good to go. Cryptic, I will say this: seen a lot of YouTubers complaining all week, complaining about Nintendo's practices when when they couldn't get a pre-order. Immediately complained when they were wanting to get one anyway, and weren't wanting to get one anyway. Yeah, it's a great point. It is a great it is a great point. And you know what? All of that content probably paid for their pre-orders, right? It's a business. It's a business. They don't want to miss out, but they know what gets the clicks. That's why none of this stuff is real. Twitter is not real. YouTube isn't real. None of it's real. None of it is real. And so, like, I literally made it, like, kind of made a decision today that going forward, I am going to just speak my mind. Like, and I'm going to lean positive because I've seen so many comments come through like thanks for being positive. Thanks for keeping things positive, that I'm like, that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I like, and who knows? Maybe that doesn't mean I'm not real. Exactly. Exactly. I, I'm going to focus on I want to focus on the positive aspects of all the fun that we're going to be having, and two, the gaming together. Like, I'm hoping Nintendo kind of has a schedule for Mario Kart World, but I'm putting together a schedule for Mario Kart World where we're going to continue our time trials and our pipe trials and community races and kart club and all this kind of stuff that, like, it's just going to be fun. It's just going to be fun. And that I just want people having fun. This is a, like, I don't know, gaming, like the social media with gamers, a lot of times, like, I don't the negativity is not fun. It's not fun. And then if you speak out too much again, like, I'm not even going to speak out against it. I'm just going to speak what I like, my mind, and um and just have fun with this stuff, because life is too short. Honestly, it's too short. So, um, let's see. Jason says, "Yeah, I snagged it at Walmart. Case, SD card, Pro controller. Love it." Joey says bundle was supposed to be limited, isn't it? Just the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World preloaded on it. I believe that is the case. It is at least it may be a code, so I don't know. I don't know for sure. Nate says, I didn't even want to bother with the chaos what comes with pre-orders these days. Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. And I knew it would be. It makes me wonder if there's not some kind of a business out there for these, like, pre-order events, that you could, like, essentially file everybody to a queue, have the sites, like, all talking to each other, you know, make it to where scalper, like, maybe you have to buy a membership to this site for a low price, and you can only have one. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I was thinking about this stuff today, because I'm like, there's got to be a way to make it run smoother. I love this. 80 says, yep, that's true. Guaranteed 9 a.m. delivery, baby. Oh, wait, maybe 9 a.m. on the 11th. Joey says, speaking of Mario Kart World, what's one retro track you need to be there? For me, it's SNES Mario Circuit 3. It's a great question. I would love to see Wario Stadium, and I think it's there. It's the only 64 track that we've never seen make a return, and it's always been one of my favorites. So, fingers crossed, that'll be one that we see. Cryptic says June can't come soon enough. Nate says mind speaking is not bad by any means. Joey says, how many places of employment will see call in sick on June 5th and 6th? Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Sunshine says, I'm so excited for Mario Kart World with everyone. I'm here for it and appreciate your focus on the fun and the good in it all. Oh, yes. Yeah, we got to just have fun. It's life's too short. We just got to have fun. 80 says PS4, Xbox One level graphics in a portable with HDR, 120 FPS, VRR. This is going to be an awesome time. It really is. It no question, no question. On screen right now, they're showing like the like some of the sound design and whatnot. And I am like, I've done quite a bit of handheld gaming recently. Corsair sent me a set of headphones. I've mentioned it on the show before. It's like the Virtuoso Max, and they're made for Switch, PlayStation, and PC. They don't work on Xbox. There is an Xbox version of them, but I tell you, when you turn the noise canceling on and you jump into a game like Xenoblade, yo, like I can't hear anything but the rain and the music and it's like literally my escape. It is my escape. So when I saw they were talking about like better sound design and everything like that, I'm like, let's go. Let's go. So I do highly recommend those headphones, by the way. Like they are top notch, but they have a bit of a hefty price tag. So just keep that in mind. Cryptic says, so I ended up getting the Switch bundle, Pro Controller, extra charging adapter. What about you, Josh? I'm going to see if SD cards go on sale over the months or Black Friday. I went through and looked at other stuff. I didn't pre-order anything else though. Just the Switch for now. I will for sure get a Pro Controller because I just want to. I've been using my day one Pro Controller since day one, and it's definitely getting a bit rickety. So, and I want to experience the new ones. Seems like they're pretty nice. Outside of that, I'll probably get a few. Try to get the amiibo, of course, to keep my collection going. But man, the price of amiibos they are crazy. They are crazy. Let's see. Shift Cosmic says I don't know how I got the pre-order. I think that's what it says. I think. So, uh-oh. There we go. It was like I almost had to do moderation. There's no reason for that. I must have hit the wrong button. But I'm thinking you got it, so that's awesome. Scott picked one up at GameStop in person. That's cool. Very, very cool. Did you get to chat with anybody in line? I almost just got out. Like I almost just went and started talking to people in line just to see how stoked they were and whatnot. But I didn't want to freak anybody out. Sometimes those people are very standoffish, I found, at least with me, but I think it's because I'm a bit like a chihuahua. Joey says, oh, did you see that Madden announced release on Switch 2 for August 14th? Hopefully the college football game is soon to follow. That I think there's a lot of people that love that college game. So I'm personally don't really care for the college stuff. I'd never have. I think it's just because of the way I was raised. But Madden, I am like so stoked. If you I was chatting with Nate, I think Cryptic was involved, and Raymar in the Discord about Nate getting he's a Raiders fan, how they're getting all of the old Seahawks players and coach and everything like that, and then just randomly put, I'm excited to play Madden in handheld. And so that's about the extent of my, like, I'm totally a fair weather fan. If the Seahawks aren't doing good, I could really care less. So, but I love Madden. I've loved Madden. I've been playing football games since the NES. Like my dad actually, like when I was very young, at some point, I don't know if they owned an Atari or they borrowed it from my uncle or something like that. But my dad would play football on the Atari all hours of the night. And then the only other gaming he would really do was with me once we got the NES. But John Elway's quarterback and Tecmo Bowl, like hours and hours of playing football games. And then that continued through the years. into, Blitz, right? And like super play action football. My dad was he's always been a huge Vikings fan, and he loved like Herschel Walker and some of those guys back in the day. I would always play as the Bills with Thurman Thomas. I think that was his name. And he was, he was pretty fast, pretty quick. So lots of good time there. Then there was I don't know if you guys remember NFL Quarterback Club, but it was kind of like next level football. And then Madden, of course, Madden showed up, and that was great. So let's see. I'm not calling out, but I got PTO approved already. There you go, Sunshine. I love it. Shift says I called out for a week and a half. It's over for me, Unk. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Unlock everything in Mario Kart. Ryan 50, what's happening? Cryptic says, how did the rest of the NPC crew do? I seen Crawler got one at Walmart. What about Cheesy and Johnny? Let me take a quick peek. I can tell you exactly what they got, or at least where they got it. I don't know off the top of my head, but let's see. Cheesy got one at Walmart and a Pro controller, and Johnny got one at Walmart and Best Buy. So he was able to get them there. So there you go. They were able to snag some as well. Joey says, so when I get the Switch 2 and load Smash Ultimate on it, will I see any difference, like upscale or not? Maybe slightly. I would assume there's going to be like something, just like slightly. Maybe if there is any kind of hiccups, those might go away. But as of right now, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. Let's see if she got a Labubu. Let's see. Fingers crossed here. Fingers crossed. Let's see. So, moving on here, Ryan says it's 3:30 in the morning. Whoa, that's crazy. Crazy. It's unbelievably crazy how the Switch 2 has already sold out in the UK. What's honestly happened to boycott Nintendo like everyone said we should? Yeah, that did not happen. Joe says, I'm waiting on the Pro controller in case they get a Bonanza theme one. Oh, that's a good idea. Jason says, game prices are all over the place. Do you think companies are going to push their new games at 79 plus price point going forward? I mean, we've talked about this at length. Nintendo has said that they're doing variable pricing, so I'm assuming that means like games that have like a long tail that could potentially be supported for a year or two may come in at that $80 price point, but like Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's coming in at the price of Tears of the Kingdom, right, at 70. So it's one of those things like in some cases I would buy a physical and a digital just for the ease of digital. In some cases I would buy the special edition, which was like sometimes $150, so like game prices going up, that just doesn't shock me. It just doesn't shock me all that much. And are other companies gonna do the same? I mean, Xbox is gonna focus on their Game Pass for their for any of their first party stuff, and they might charge a little more for they might charge that, I would assume things should be more at that $69.99 price going forward, because it honestly is just going to see what the market will sustain. That's what it boils down to. And the reason Mario Kart is the price it is because it's been in the top 10 of sales almost since it's barely dropped out of the top 10 in 8 years. So with that data, Nintendo's like, hey, we can charge more for this. So, and there's so many different arguments about it. Like, if you want to base your hours versus the dollar amount, Mario Kart has cost me like 4 cents an hour to play. Like, I can't get entertainment that cheap anywhere. So it just depends how you look at it. Scott says, I was with my friends. We kind of kept to ourselves. We were 17, 18, and 19 in line. They had 60 altogether at that GameStop. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. And that's a lot of times what I've noticed. Like when I've gone to like midnight launches and I've even taken a microphone and I want to interview people, they're like, I'm so nervous. I don't ever leave the house. Why are you talking to me? You know, that's what I've noticed. So Cryptic says, I hope the Oblivion remaster comes to Switch 2. Really enjoying it right now, but fits well on the handheld. Oh, I bet it would. I really bet it would. Crimson said Quarterback Club 98 was awesome. And if I get my 9 a.m. delivery, I'll be okay to play before work since I work swing shift. Nice. Very cool. Joey says, thanks for the 200cc tips. Helped a lot. Friends gave me gave you some crap for struggling. I love it. Ryan says, I don't know whether I should buy it if I'm only getting the Switch 2 to just play the new Mario Kart and nothing else. It kind of seems pointless. I'd like to play it, but I wanted a new Smash game too. I would assume like any of Nintendo's games in the top 10 are going to be coming back in some way, shape, or form. So I would assume new Smash would be coming. Joey says, when Mario Kart World comes out, will Mario Kart 8 online die out? How strong do you how strong do you think that'll go? I think it's going to be fine for quite some time. I think you will potentially have people bouncing between the two that have Switch 2 and World just to play with friends that didn't move forward. And you've got over 60 million units of Mario Kart 8 out there. There's not going to be, it's going to be a couple years before there's even that many Switch 2s in the wild. And that attach rate's not going to be 100%, So like there's still like 90 million Switch owners that don't own Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I would say not only will it probably keep selling, because right now on the eShop, it's number 6, at least it was last night. And eventually Nintendo's got to put some stuff on sale. And I would assume once World comes out, it'd be the perfect time to put 8 on sale for anybody that hasn't picked it up yet. Get that Nintendo Select going, right? Nightcrawler has heard a theory that the price is driven by how large the file size is and they need a bigger game card. I mean, maybe that's true. I mean, it's hard to say because like Cyberpunk is $69.99, I believe, and not $79.99, and it has the biggest card. So maybe they're eating that. I'm not sure. I do think that the whole key card thing is to save on that tax and to keep game prices down. And so I know people don't like it as much because like we talked about it last night a little bit. They want to have the game on the cart, but it's just not the direction we're heading. It's like Napster. And Spotify and all that, we're heading to a digital future. It's just the way it goes. Simp says, casually went into my GameStop on my lunch break, about 12 to 15 in line at 11:50, maybe 20 when doors opened at 12. My store had 10 base, 25 bundles. Some stragglers arrived after, in and out in 30 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty much the same numbers as what we had here. I'm pretty sure that the employees pulled some of the bundles because we had like 23 of the bundles and 10 of the standard. So that's my gut feeling. Let's see. Joey says, Cryptic, I bet we get another Skyrim edition. Stop that. We'll get the Switch 2 Skyrim edition. I wouldn't be surprised. Cryptic says, it's nice to see the GameCube controller goes live in May. Gives me some time to pay off my Switch 2 pre-order accessories and get the GameCube controller. Does it go? I literally clicked the link from Nintendo prior to launch, starting this episode, and it said June 5th. It said like for the GameCube controller was June 5th. So if you heard something otherwise, let me know. But what Nintendo's website says for the GameCube controller is June 5th. Crawler says CD Projekt Red ate the cost of Witcher 3. They absolutely did. No question there. Ryan says, I just know that Christmas sales will be hitting the roof for sure this year. I still remember when people rushed through store entrances pushing each other. Oh, yes. The good old days. Black Friday used to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sim says, the Oblivion remaster definitely coming. I bet in about the same time frame as Switch 1 and Skyrim, 6 to 8 months post-release. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a very real possibility there. The thing right now with Switch 2 is everybody's got to talk behind the scenes to like get their dates good. You know, like Madden coming out, that's day and date, I assume, with when all the other consoles drop in August. So like that one makes sense. But like, you know, probably don't want Oblivion coming out too close to like Elden Ring, which we're seeing on screen right now, would be my guess. Obviously, they're not identical games, but still, you know, that running around with your swords and whatnot. So Joey says, real curious with the mouse control. I'll get Prime 4, but what mouse-centered games will be out at launch? Do I dare get a Welcome Tour? I honestly think Welcome Tour is going to be kind of fun. You know, I think what's going to end up happening is like word of mouth is going to spread, because it already kind of is. Like people that have played Welcome Tour are like, it's worth the $10. Like there's plenty of mini games in there. If they do, and I haven't heard it confirmed, if they do like leaderboards and stuff for that, add a little community aspect, social aspect, it could be a really great little $10 game. I loved that what they showcased with playing Super Mario Brothers and in 4K and just letting the whole level build across the screen. Like I thought that was fantastic. I love stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be a good way to showcase the mouse. I know for me personally, the mouse has very little appeal. Like it has very, very little appeal. I don't foresee myself using it much, even though I could play it and use it at my setup. I just don't know that it's going to be something that I really, really use. So, but that's just me. Oh my goodness, I did not catch this. So apparently you guys, let's see. I bet I can get it. Let me go. Let me type this in. Give me 1 sec. We're gonna open up and we're gonna watch a trailer together. Because there's some Easter eggs apparently. So here we go. We're gonna pause that. Get some volume here. Give me one second. I'm gonna share. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So there's that. We're going to take this to full screen. Perfect. And then I'll take this to full screen. Let's check this out. I'll move this. So this is Hitman. You guys, this is Hitman. And there's, look at the outfit. Look at the outfit, you guys. Interesting. The fire suits. The mansion suit. The Dino Duck. Oh my, wow. That is fantastic. That is great. Oh my God, that is great. Oh, Mario Kart starting up there, but that was so good. Those costumes are great. Now I'm gonna have to play Hitman because I saw Mario, you know. So super cool. But right, like those outfits were pretty amazing. So but I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate all of you so very much. And I think Thursdays around 10 Eastern, 10:30 Eastern. That's going to kind of be a regular time for this. I'm not gonna be able to do like straight through the week like the same time. I'm gonna have to mess with the times a little bit. So we'll see. Either that or I'm going to do earlier. So we're going to play with some stuff, but I want to do more. I want to do more live shows like this where we all chat together. So because I just think they're fun. I really love it. So I got one more question here. Frederick says, "What is the actual orangish color on the Switch 2?" That's a good question. That is a good question. It's almost like more like a peach color, right? Then it's kind of different. So like a salmon, if you will. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you for hanging out, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye now.